The tree trimmer guys are back out here today. So they're down at Poppy's doing some stuff. Then they're back up here. They still got another 2 days, I think, maybe 3 days to go up here before their part of things is complete. And then there's probably going to be another crew coming out here, and they're going to actually climb the trees for whatever's left. And then we still got the guys to come out and do the wood chipping. This is far from done, but this crew is getting close to being done. Down here at Poppy's, those guys are moving fast. I kind of had a rough morning, so I haven't been able to keep up on this stuff, but they dropped this tree down here. It's a big one. That's going to be a ton of lumber right there. So we officially got rid of our TV today. Me and Farmer Jay went years without any kind of TV at all, and we got sucked into some deal. Our last time we had to get cell phones because it was like, if we don't get this new package, we'd have to get new numbers after like 15, 20 years of having the same number. So to keep our number, we had to get these other accounts, and it was this deal with TV and a combo deal for phones. It was a gimmick, and if we didn't go with the gimmick, then we were gonna just be turned upside down. So they sucked us into this TV combo cell phone deal. We had TV for probably like 2 years, and we've been weaning ourselves off of it. So I haven't even turned it on for a good solid 2 weeks or so, and I canceled it today. Pulled the trigger, finally canceled it. It's nothing but lies and propaganda, brain rot, and at this point, with everything that is so expensive, we're paying like, and we got the super low package, and we're still paying like almost $100 a month for TV. So that's out the window. No more TV for us. Feel good about it. So today was kind of a hard day for me to keep pace with the camera. Just one of those days. But these guys cut down a lot of stuff here. And I found out that some of the trees that were marked, the auditors audited the auditors and decided not to take down some of these trees. So like, for instance, that one was marked at one point, but then all of a sudden the markings disappeared. So these guys they have their certain trees that they're supposed to be taking, and they're kind of just going with that. So at this point, it's like, whatever, I'm just going with it. I'm not arguing it. They'll be out at some point down the road, and they'll end up taking them later. Like, I know there's a cluster back here that were marked. Those aren't marked anymore. My dad had a bunch of trees that were marked, but they're not marked anymore. And there's only, I don't know, I think there's maybe one tree back here, but there's a cluster back there that I thought was gonna go, and that's not gonna go anymore. So I cleaned up a bunch of stuff back there that I think is kind of a moot point at this point, but it is what it is. I'm not fighting it. I don't really care anymore. It's just they're doing what they're doing, and I'm happy with that. This one here is a lot of lumber. And one thing I'm super stoked about was they took down, well, this tree right here, that's where the zip line was. So they left that really high so we can still use the zip line. And then they took down this one over here, and then there was one like right there that came up and hovered over the bunkhouse, and that one wasn't marked, but I asked him if he could take it. I threw the whole, if you take that one, it'll make it easier access to get to that one. And they could have done it probably regardless of taking this one out, but I threw that out there, and he said he talked to his boss, and I don't know, he kind of didn't really give me an answer. But then a couple days, that was last week, and then today they were out in this area, and I just said, hey, can you take this one down? And I was expecting him to say no or whatever. It was fine if he said no. I wasn't gonna bicker about it, but they said it wasn't a problem, so he took that down, and I am so happy about that, because I did have somebody out here and that I asked him about taking this tree down, and it was $1,000. So I don't have to worry about that falling on the bunkhouse anymore, because that was a serious threat to the bunkhouse. I've been stalling on planting anything else out here in the garden since the last time I was out here planting the cucumbers and tomatoes. It's supposed to get in the 30s again tonight, and the 30s tomorrow, then the 40s, and then after that we're gonna go through a heat wave. So I just gotta make it through like 3 more days of bad weather. Hopefully the garden can make it through this, because I mean, there's only so much I can do to protect this stuff at this point. I mean, really, there's nothing I can do to protect this stuff. I'm not prepared for this. It's past, we're way past our frost date. We're past Mother's Day. I mean, we should be in the clear by now. But fingers crossed we make it through these next 3 days, and then it should all be crystal clear from there on out. The aquaponics system is getting kind of yellow in here. Simple answer to that, I need to add some iron to this. So that's something I'm gonna have to do here pretty soon coming up. But I got some ingredients for dinner here. We've got some broccoli, a little bit of broccoli heads that I had out there in the compost pile that's growing. Some leaves from broccoli. I got some bok choy, some kale, some red Russian kale. Anyway, we're gonna have this for ingredients for dinner. It's been a day. Hopefully we get the trailer unloaded tomorrow, but there's not too much pressure on that, but it's something we need to do here pretty soon. So that's the day. Thanks for joining me. See you guys.